Here is what nobody explained in Miami. You just wired the deposit, a Brickell tower. Delivery 2028, 2029, 2030. The renderings were beautiful. The brand on the building, world famous. And the agent smiled and said, "Don't worry, your money is in escrow." Here is what nobody explained. In Miami, not all that deposit is protected the same way. Part of it, the law shields. Part of it, you could lose, unfortunately, and most buyers never learn the difference until it is too late. So let me show you exactly where that line sits and the questions that protect your money before you sign any document. Let's start with the good news, because Florida law is actually on your side up to a point. Under the statute, your first 10% has to sit in a separate escrow account. It's going to be held by a neutral third party, not by the developer. That money is not the developer's to spend. If the project dies, that first 10% is shielded. It belongs to you. And that is real protection and is the part nobody talks about. But here is where it changes. Anything you pay above that 10%, if your contract allows it, the developer can pull out and spend on construction, on concrete, on steel, the actual tower. Your money is building the building. Yes, it is building the building. And if that project stalls for some reason or fails and that money is already spent, you don't simply get it back. You become an unsecured creditor, which is a long way of saying you stand near the bank of the line, basically. And who's in front of that line? Well, the bank. When a developer borrows to build, the bank holds the mortgage. If the project fails, the bank can foreclose, take the land, take half of the built tower, and they are not required to honor your contract, not your price, not your unit. So here's a picture. Your first 10% is protected. Yes, everything above it, once it's spent, it's a risk. And the bank always ahead of you, right? You already know that the bank is always ahead. Now, I'm not here to scare you. This is not a Miami's collapsing video. No, it's not. Miami is the strongest real estate story in the country. And it's been for many, many years. Yeah, there's bubbles everywhere, but we are in Miami. But the strongest stories are exactly where people stop asking questions. So let me ask them. In the last 6 months, one reporter at The Real Deal broke 9 separate stories on Miami condo lawsuits and development disputes, 9 in half a year. One building, 76 alleged defects. The developer, well, he was sued for insurance companies and $22 million. Another tower, the owners sued the developer, the contractor, and roughly 24 subcontractors. A third, a Brickell project with a luxury car brand on the building, hit with $100 million foreclosure before it was even finished. None of that means Miami is bad. It means the questions matter. So here's the question almost no buyer asks in a sales center. How much of my deposit goes above 10%? And what can you spend it on? Because that answer tells you exactly how much of your money is exposed. Then ask, who is your lender and when does the loan mature? Because a developer raising a loan deadline is a developer under pressure. And pressure is where corners get caught. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. There is even a term for it, value engineering, which means the cheaper material goes in to hit the deadline. And the buyer, you will find out later. So before you sign, every single time, you should ask, how much of your own money is in the deal? Is the land paid off? Is it being financed? What happens to my deposit if the project stalls? And does my money stay in escrow until you hit real milestones? A confident developer answers all of it without hesitating. A nervous one changes the subject. And the good news, You can check a lot of this yourself before you even sign. 6 places to look. We're talking about Miami-Dade. Miami-Dade Clerk of Courts, mortgage filings and lawsuits. You can check Sunbiz, the company behind the company, the Florida Public Offering Statements, Pacer for federal cases, Miami-Dade Civil Court records, and the escrow agreement itself. Pull those 6 and you know more than 9 out of 10 buyers walking into that sales center. And look at the developer, not the brand. Only look at the developer. What did they build before? Did it deliver on time? Did the owners sue? The best projects in Miami share a pattern. They tend to be boutique. The developer has deep pockets, low leverage, and a real track record. And when problem comes up, because in construction, they always do. The good ones pick up the phone and let you know what's going on. Now, the bigger reason this matters right now, well, because there is a wave coming. Call it 2028 supply cliff. 2028 supply cliff. Don't forget about this, because in Brickell alone, roughly 1,300 new condo units are scheduled to deliver in 2028. Today, Brickell entire resale inventory is about 730 units, and over the last year, about 1,100 units were sold. So here's the math that matters. When new towers deliver, roughly 25% of the units come right into the resale market. 25% out of 1,300, that's 325 units on top of inventory that already exists. And that is potential 50% increase in available condos in 2028. 50% in one neighborhood in 1 year, 2028. So if you're buying, the building you choose and the price per square foot you pay matter more than ever. And if you already own a Brickell condo, you need to know where your building sits against that wave before it hits. This is the moment. This is the moment to be precise, not fearful. Here's what I want you to walk away with. Miami is not the risk. Not asking the right questions is the risk. A great pre-construction condo can be one of the best decisions you make, but only if you go in with the numbers, with the documents, and the right questions, not the renderings. If you're looking at pre-construction towers right now, this is exactly the conversation that we have with our clients before they wire a single dollar. Take a look at the data. Don't buy just by emotions. The link to book a private conversation is in the description. Bring the building you're thinking about and we'll pull it apart together and you'll make a decision with your eyes wide open.